Deep in the uninhabited wilderness of northwest China, Zoomlion's 4,000-ton all-terrain crane, the largest in the world, made its first lift. Its mission was to help construct homes for wind turbines in the Gobi Desert. But what kind of wind turbine requires a 4,000-ton super crane for installation? Watch this video to see the entire process and to witness the power of Chinese manufacturing. The 4,000-ton super crane, along with its 28 support cranes, has arrived in succession in northwest China. Next, it will cross the uninhabited Gobi Desert. Setting off from Zoomlion in Changsha, Hunan Province, the crane has traveled over 2,000 kilometers to reach its debut site, marking the beginning of its mission to showcase national engineering excellence in the lifting industry. Now, let's move on to the assembly phase. Two support cranes work together to steadily hoist the 65-ton slewing platform and hold it in mid-air. The 4,000-ton crane then moved into position to connect with it. Once the two circular slewing platforms were precisely aligned, workers connected the hydraulic lines, allowing the support cranes to release their hooks. Once the platforms were joined, the hydraulic pins automatically engaged. Even the smallest components of this super crane weigh more than one might expect during assembly. These two hydraulic cylinders alone, for instance, weigh 32 tons. Once the two outriggers are installed, the tires will be almost completely concealed. Assembling the boom is a critical step in building the 4,000-ton super crane. The main boom consists of 7 sections, with the two base, each weighing 66 tons, currently being installed. Hydraulic cylinders are used throughout the crane, replacing the traditional method of manual hammering with sledgehammers. Once the base boom sections were installed, the 4,000-ton crane reversed in order to adjust its position. The crane stands at around 6 meters tall. Unlike sub-1,000-ton cranes where operators have to climb up to the cab themselves, this one is equipped with an elevator. With the cab sitting 2 stories high, a lift provides access, a fitting feature for the world's largest crane. The two support cranes rotated the boom into position for installation. The 4,000-ton crane then extended the second stage boom slightly to aid alignment. Next, the support cranes guided the boom into the base opening and fed it forward. Once the hydraulic cylinder of the 4,000-ton crane engaged with the boom, the crane was able to retract it independently. As construction progresses, this steel behemoth is gradually coming to life. Unless you're part of the crew, you may never get to see its completed form in person. Municipal cranes, the kind commonly seen in cities, weighed no more than 1,000 tons, with the best among them reaching 900 tons. Super cranes weighing over 1,000 tons, by contrast, are built for a specific purposes and rarely appear in cities, except on special occasions when they demonstrate their extraordinary capabilities. All 7 boom sections have now been fully assembled, and the 4,000-ton crane has been positioned in its final location. Workers stretch a tape measure from the lifting center point to the center point of the crane to precisely gauge the distance. Once this is confirmed, the 2 rear outriggers are installed. Each outrigger weighs 20 tons, providing reassuring stability just by their sheer presence. Oversized pads increase the load-bearing area of all 4 outriggers. Once in place, they ensure the outriggers stand firmly on the ground. Next, the upper assembly is installed along with the winch, counterweights, superlift wings, wind turbine boom, and other components. Prior to this, the 4,000-ton crane rotates in all directions to undergo a full functional check. As the sun sets once again, the crane's massive outriggers and sturdy boom take on the appearance of a beast about to awaken. At daybreak, the lifting resumed. This time, the counterweight weighed 260 tons. Combined with the rearward shift and positioning function, this was already more than sufficient for installing the 6.25 megawatt wind turbine, meaning the full counterweight was not required. Next comes the installation of the most striking component, the superlift wings. When fully extended, they reveal the true industrial aesthetic of Chinese manufacturing. Behind the 4,000-ton crane, countless wind turbines spin endlessly. This forest of steel harnesses the northwestern winds, transforming them into tangible value. How many enduring homes across this vast, boundless land have been brightened by these winds? The final major step in completing the super crane is installing the wind turbine boom. This time, the boom needs to be extended to 91 meters, which, combined with the 95.4 meter main boom, gives a total length of 186.4 meters. That's roughly the height of a 60-story building, and it has to lift hundreds of tons. Hard to imagine, isn't it? In the presence of such advanced machinery, humans seem tiny. Yet this massive creation is a product of human intelligence. A 4,000-ton crane is a super machine of staggering scale, but it is not a symbol of unattainable technology. It is a tool in the hands of workers. Several workers climb to the top of the boom to help thread the steel cables, much like threading a needle. Before long, night had fallen, and the vehicles on site turned on their headlights one after another. The 4,000-ton boom had to be raised tonight. Next, we officially enter the hoisting phase. First, the 4,000-ton crane lifts the generator unit, weighing over 100 tons, into the nacelle. It then extends its 7-section main boom with the wind turbine boom attached, reaching a total height of 186.4 meters. Now, let's begin hoisting the tower sections. Once this section is added, the tower will stand like a giant pillar anchoring the wind turbine, reaching a height of over 170 meters. Installing a cylindrical tower of this height requires 3 cranes. First, the 900-ton crane installs the concrete base ring. Then, the 1,800-ton crane installs the middle section. And finally, the 4,000-ton crane completes the most challenging part, the final installation at the top. Next, we hoist the nacelle. Weighing over 150 tons, it is the heaviest component of the entire lifting process. Workers stationed at the 4 corners hold the guy ropes, which steady the nacelle in the air and prevent it from spinning in the wind. Once the nacelle has been successfully aligned and connected, only the hub and the 3 blades remain to be hoisted. Lifting the hub is relatively straightforward. It is neither as heavy as the nacelle nor as long as the blades. Another day's work draws to a close late at night. For those working in infrastructure, perhaps the sights they have witnessed most are sunrises and sunsets and the coming and going of the stars. This blade transport vehicle features an extendable body with a wheelbase of several dozen meters between the front and rear axles. However, to navigate mountain roads, it must be switched to a shorter-bodied vehicle. The 108-meter-long blade weighs 30 tons. To transport it with such a short body, the total vehicle weight had to be increased to 160 tons. Otherwise, the vehicle would risk seesawing. The blade transport operation continued day and night, with 3 loaders standing by at all times. Upon arrival at the site, strong winds prevented the blade from being hoisted, so they could only unload it and wait for conditions to improve. After nearly a whole night of counting stars, the wind finally subsided. With this lift, it seemed as if the sky shifted straight from darkness into dawn. Only 2 blades remain to be installed on the 6.25 megawatt wind turbine. Once operational, the turbine will generate over 6,000 kilowatt hours per hour at full capacity. While the workers were securing the bolts, the hub above rotated to align with the 4,000-ton crane's optimal lifting position. Once the second blade was successfully installed, the 3 loaders pulled the final blade transport vehicle to the mountaintop. After traveling over 2,000 kilometers to its debut site in northwestern China, world's largest all-terrain crane has finally arrived. Thank you for watching. Follow us for more exciting content.